Hi, this is Kevin Martini with the Martini Factor, and thanks for watching. Today, I'm going to talk about New Year's resolutions real briefly. Some are required and some are optional. You know, that optional one is like, I'm going to go to the gym and lose 25 pounds in 2011. However, there is a required New Year's resolution if you're thinking about buying a new house in 2011 or beyond, or if you're a realtor in North Carolina. You see, in 2011, brand new, out of the box, will be a brand new offer to purchase that must be used. Now listen, 2/3 of the old offer to purchase is inside the new one. So that means 1/3 is brand new. But remember this, that third is materially different than it's ever been before. So let me just share this real quick. Why are they doing this foolishness? Well, in my opinion, it's to make it simpler and more friendly. Now, let me just warn you real quick. The rest of this presentation is from my opinion only. Please know I'm not a realtor. I am not an attorney. However, I have recently stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. I'm a lender, though, that just cares about my clients, and my job is to maximize their time, minimize their frustration, and get them to the closing table on time. So I'm going to encourage you to have a conversation with your realtor to make sure you understand the ins and the outs of the new offer to purchase. You see, there are several points to cover, but I want to talk about what I believe is the material change in the offer to purchase, and that is actually the due diligence change. You see, in the old offer to purchase, there was something called an Alt 1 and Alt 2 and things of that nature. Now those have all been removed and replaced with this due diligence period. You see, in the due diligence period, as a buyer, you need to knock out everything you need to do on your evaluation of that home. That means conduct the inspections on the property. That means to include home inspections and pest inspections. Review all relevant documentation related to restrictive covenants. Conduct an appraisal. Conduct a survey, which you want. Conduct a radon inspection. Investigate current or proposed zonings. In addition, the availability and the cost of property insurance and the potential for flood insurance that are necessary. Now, here's the big thing. It's my department, so I get a little bit excited. You have to have all your investigation put in place as it relates to your new mortgage loan. Folks, that all has to be done in the due diligence period. Now, this is not a predefined period of time. Obviously, if you're a buyer, you want that to be as close as to your closing date as you humanly possibly could get. However, if you're a seller, you want that period to be as short as possible. That's something which is negotiated within the offer to purchase. Again, consult your realtor for that information. Now, there's a lot of different other changes that are somewhat paramount. One that I happen to love, and I'm just going to point out real quick. In the old agreement, you as a buyer could be going through all those inspections, incur the costs for the survey and for your appraisal, and we get the loan all processed, and then we find out that seller does not have the ability to sell the house. They can't deliver clear title. Well, all those monies that you spent previously were out of your pocket saying, bye-bye, bye-bye. But now it's all on the seller's responsibility to deliver clear title, and they may be responsible to reimburse you for all your due diligence expenses. In addition, there's going to be some hard dates on when you actually have to close. This is changed from the old offer to purchase. There used to be a 30-day termination from closing date. Folks, that is now 14 days. This just highlights a little bit more that the due diligence requirement requires that you are pre-approved, not simply pre-qualified before you actually go to offer, and that you need to be with a competent lender. And I'm here to apply for that job, of course. Seriously, pre-approval is the key, and it can't be more critical, because let me just go ahead and read from the offer to purchase, because this is actually from paragraph 4A in the notes section, and I quote, "Buyer is advised to consult with the buyer's lender prior to signing this offer to assure that the due diligence period allows sufficient time for the appraisal to be completed and for the buyer's lender to provide buyer sufficient information to decide whether to proceed or terminate with the transaction." You see, if that loan isn't done during that due diligence period, your earnest money and all the monies you spent towards your inspection could be at risk. So, of course, in my opinion, it is mission critical that all the advance work associated with the loan is done in advance. This way to maximize your time and minimize your frustration and keep your money in your pocket. Listen, I'm here to answer any of your questions. I suggest that you go ahead and reach out to me if you want, or up above right here, just go ahead and leave a comment. We welcome those. And please, down below, you can forward to the Facebook or to the Twitter, to your friends, family, or colleagues. I appreciate it. As always, over here on the side, you can go ahead and subscribe to the Martini Factor. Listen, don't be scared. The new offer to purchase, I think, is actually going to be great with the due diligence. We just need to be ahead of the curve and make sure you're buyer able. I'm Kevin Martini. We will see you later. Bye-bye.